KCM Wealth Management. Vancouver lawyers Dumel and Boscovich. The Vancouver Courier newspaper. David and Mark Goodman. There's some people who are great fans of the mayor of Langley Township, Rick Green, our guest, and other people who are sorry at him at every opportunity. We have letters, I'll share some of these in a moment, from both sides of this fence. Rick, look, you call a meeting and you tell people what you've received in this anonymous brown envelope, and it reflects badly on people in the community, and the whole council reacts very badly. But then what? And what's the part where you admit to misleading them about something?
Then at that point, the meeting blows up. Yeah. I'm wondering what in the world happened. All I did, there's no staff present, so nobody's been accused. It's all behind closed doors. Only council members present. They tell me that they've known about this for 12 years, versus the number of council members had. Yes. And I'm sort of thinking, well, okay, as bad as the meeting was, that's where it ends. Yes. Like, they've been informed. I did my job. So
all of this is about the possibility of some shady real estate
I don't
issues.
even know that shady is the right word to take. We can say potential conflict of interest, whatever. And it's not. And I didn't accuse anybody of anything. It was what was in the anonymous letter.
I hear you. Yeah.
It has been suggested somehow that I made that accusation. I did not make that accusation. It was in the anonymous letter. So, on the heels of that, within about 2 weeks, a council member brings forward a motion to launch an investigation into the mayor, into his handling of the anonymous letter and the calling of a meeting. And I'm listening to this. Remember, I'm chairing all these meetings. Yes. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know where this is going, but that's fine. If you want more information, we'll move on. The one thing that I did wrong, and I admitted that, is that I did not admit to knowing it as soon as the corporate register was sent to me by email in August of that year. Yes. I had it in my office, sitting on my desk in one of 2 or 3 black binders that I have. Sure. When I got it in the mailbox, the first thing that came to me is, how did it get from there, from my office, to this, or where else did it come from? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I still don't know the answer to that question.
And you still don't know who sent any of this?
Nope. Okay. But the bottom line is that I admit to knowing it before I admitted to it. Okay. I told them that the first time I'd heard of it was when it was in my mailbox. Why did I do that? I did it to protect sources, and I did it to protect reputations. Okay. Okay. That's fine. If I'm guilty of that, I'm guilty of that. But that's all I'm wrong of doing. We went beyond that into a ridiculous 12-month charade of meetings, of lawyers. This has cost the Township of Langley probably in excess of $90,000. The Council of the Day passed a resolution to, remember, they made the accusation somehow that I was guilty of some wrongdoing here, okay? And it has been proven I didn't break the law, I didn't breach my oath, but they accused me of wrongdoing. They passed a specific resolution of council providing themselves with compensation for legal advice, but denying the mayor.
Now, 2 big things have happened since then. One is that somehow your council has censured you and said you can no longer be part of Metro Vancouver body, and also no longer part of Fraser Health. That's the first thing that happened, and that's kind of shocking because you're the mayor.
That's right.
And secondly,
remember, this happened not to the same degree or same circumstance. Diane Watts in her first term.
January of this year, from the Langley Times, RCMP's Commercial Crime Unit is probing the conduct of Langley Township Mayor Rick Green, and of course your favorite council member, a guy you seem to be, you know, you guys could be posed with back to back with guns.
No.
Councillor Jordan Bateman,
Yep.
who uses every opportunity
Sure.
to dump on you, says that you released confidential in-camera information to the world, and he wants this investigated, and so on.
Well, okay, there was two complaints made to the RCMP.
Yes.
The complaint is that I released these two pieces of information. Now, when we concluded our meeting on September the 13th last year, on the close of that meeting, I held up the two pieces of information to our lawyer, our township lawyer, and I said, I want to be clear, I'm going to be releasing a press release. I can release these two items, can I not? And he out loud, and this has happened on 2 occasions at least, out loud said, yes, they came from out of camera. In other words, they were a public document. They were in my mailbox. They went to Kent Spencer. Kent Spencer has already been asked, did he receive it? And he believes that he had received it, although he threw it away. So they were public documents. So those are the two documents that they're claiming that I released in error. Well, you can't make, in my view, and in the view of the township lawyer, you can't make a previous public document private.
It's already public.
It's already public. It's out in the public.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the RCMP, and rightfully so, I was interviewed by them, as other members of council have, and they're conducting an investigation. That's part of the process.
And you're not withholding any, you're happy to see them anytime they want to see you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, 2 questions. Mm-hmm. Are you still able to function at council meetings? Do you still have a vote? Are you
Yes.
You're still doing all this?
Nothing changes.
You're still doing all that?
I am on the Translink Mayor's Council.
Yes,
I am on 6 Metro Vancouver committees.
Yeah.
I am chair of the South of Fraser Community Rail Task Force.
But when you have Monday night meetings or Monday afternoon meetings of Langley Township...
You know what, David, I have been accused of, I've been challenged for the size of the ad. When I had these mayor's forums I was telling you about, we have a little ad that goes in the local paper.
Yeah.
I've been challenged on the size of my picture. I've been challenged on the picture I use. I've been challenged...
Size is a big issue.
I know. What can I say?
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been challenged on the cost of the South of Fraser Community Rail Task Force, which effectively only means that it's cookies and milk and coffee that I'm providing people that are donating their time.
Okay. In the meantime, my second question is, this is all legitimate, genuine, or not. This is all a mad diversion from the daily business of running the township. So, is that daily business able to proceed?
Yes, it is.
Most of the things that will come up before council, for example, will be, can Mr. Ackerman have a sump pump or whatever his concern is? You know.
You know what? Nothing has changed. As much as this is a distraction, and believe me, from my point of view, this has not been the greatest 2 years in my life. You know, when I came out of semi-retirement for this. Having said that, I love the job. I love doing the job and delivering what I said I would deliver to the public that voted me in, and I will continue to do that. And the only thing I am concerned about, and the only thing I am interested in focusing on, is the business of the public of the Township of Langley. That's it. I'm not going to get into, you know, rehashing a lot of this stuff.
Why does Mr. Bateman, who has a blog, seem to have such particular animus for you? And secondly, are you not able to sit down and say, Jordan, what are we fighting about? What's the problem? You know.
Well, I guess, you know, after you go through...
Is it just a personality thing?
You know, you go... I'd have to ask the same question, quite frankly. I mean, what is this all about? You know, I can only imagine. The bottom line is it's about politics. It's about the next election. It's about the last election. It's about the criticisms that I've made of the past council and the things that they have done.
If you call him up or send him a note, Bateman,
and
invite him to your office or invite him to the local Tim Hortons, and say, let's sit down.
Well, remember, David, that has to go 2 ways. Yes. You can't continue to confront and blindside somebody every Monday night and then expect that, well, everything is just going to be all warm and fuzzy. Now, having said that, in fairness, I have, you know, as far as council meetings go, I acknowledge everybody. We're friendly on the council. And it is what it is. You know, it's nothing I don't see anything changing until the next election. But, you know, I'm not about to continue any feud.
Are you going to run again?
Absolutely, I am.
You have a fan. His name is Tyler DeBoer, and he writes in the Langley Times a lengthy letter, and he says, among other things, I find it humorous to hear Councillor Jordan Bateman tell the public that councillors don't just get blank checks to hand out whenever they feel the need, yet he and the rest of his pack recently signed a big check for $8 million to the builders of the event centre with seemingly no repercussions, and he thinks that you're doing a great job, and he wonders why they're always after you. Is Langley Township's cavalierly spending money on things you don't need?
In my view, the whole issue, the financial side of the Langley Event Centre is subject to an awful lot of questions. I issued a press release on it, on the settlement, where I think they've gone wrong, and I could sit here, we could have a 2-hour show just on that item alone.
Yeah.
And it's serious.
What's in the event center? Hockey rink?
It's hockey. It's a fabulous facility. Yeah. And it's not about the facility. It's a fabulous facility. We've got a gymnastics facility. We've got a gymnasium, and we're partners with Trinity Western University.
Do you think you've spent too much on it?
Do I think we had to spend $8.83 million? No.
Really?
Yeah. But that was their decision. That was the decision of council.
What do you say they? This is before your time or during your time?
During my time.
And you were
I voted against it.
Okay.
I voted against it, but that's fine. You know, they decided that that was the settlement that they wanted to reach. And they're entitled to that decision. Yeah. Council makes the decision ultimately. They are the ultimate decision maker.
Did you find the Silence of the Lambs guy? Did they find the guy who's stealing all the lambs and sheep? And
Well, you know, I've got a farm with two sheep, 5 horses, and we haven't had that problem. But I know it has been a serious problem.
How come you don't have 2 of everything?
Huh? Oh no, no. Anyway, and it is in Abbotsford as well. It's up the valley. It's a pretty serious problem.
Okay, and when you run. When is it? It's like 12 months from now?
November the 19th is election day.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Of this year?
Of this year.
So that's a day after my birthday.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we'll try to do you proud.
It's my friend Jeff's birthday. And you're going to run on more change.
Yeah, I think we should continue the change, in my view, and I think it's going to be a watershed election. I'm looking forward to it.
And you're feeling confident. You're sassy. You're sassy about it.
No, I'm confident.
Yeah.
I'm confident because I'm confident because of the level of support I got in the community. If I didn't feel that the support was there for what I promised to do and what I have been doing, I would not be running in the next election.
Rick, best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to have you here. Thanks for making the drive out.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No
the
problem.
Parking's stiff, isn't it?
It is tough.
It is tough.
It is tough.
Okay.
For a guy from the country.
Absolutely. And you could have come in on your horse, but then you'd find the sign that says tether your mount. Okay. So next week, Dr. Brian Day from Cambie Surgery, who was the head of the Canadian Medical Association. He will be here, and we are going to do a kind of Letterman. We're going to do the top 10 questions you should ask your local political candidate or your federal political candidate about health care. So that's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, davidberner.com is the site to go to for all the usual social media and emails and so on. And again, thank you so much for being with us here on Shaw Community Television, Cable 4.